Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late, and thank you for attending. So I'm Hugo, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Omi. As you can tell by my accent, we're a company from France. We commercialize a virtual photo studio powered by 3D and AI, and I will explain to you how you can use these technologies to create better content and more performing visuals. So when we launched the company, we had a conviction. What we believe is that when you're a marketer and you sell products, creating products should be a pleasure. It should not be painful, right? And today it is painful because you need to brief your photographers, you need to brief your agencies, your freelancers, you go back and forth, you spend time, you lose money. So, it's just a pain in the ass. We want to make that a pleasure again. I don't know who sells product there, but if you sell product or if you sell a software, you spend a lot of time creating your content. So this is a study from Venngage, which says that you spend an average 12 hours creating your content per week. So 12 hours is way too much. It's almost 2 full days of work, so you cannot do that anymore in that time and age. And the content needs to be constantly renewed. So if you sell online, if you're an e-commerce player or merchant on Shopify, you need content all the time. It's like electricity. You need to be changing the content. If you advertise on Meta, by the way, this is a study that Meta does not share. We are partners with Meta. I spent 7 years at Meta. And this is the study that we did last year, which says that the average lifespan of an asset is 2 hours. So it means that you need to be refreshing your content all the time. If you do advertising, it's even worse, right? Because advertising, you have the creative fatigue. So you have a campaign, and then just a few hours after that, everyone saw your campaign. People are not going to click, so you're not going to sell, you're not going to be performing. So it takes a lot of time, and it doesn't last too long. What I want you to, if there is one thing that I want you to, one takeaway for today is that the inflection point tech-wise is behind us. So this is a graph that we've put together regarding how fast AI and 3D has been moving recently. It's a very interesting one. You have text, code, images, video, and 3D. So before 2020, what's in the red were the first attempts, right? So text was not there, code was not there, images, you were not able to create images using AI or 3D, and same for video and gaming. But during COVID, if you looked into these topics, you might have seen that lots of tech were published. So you could start doing generative text during COVID. You could start generating code, very basic code, but you could not do images and you could not do 3D. Fast forward to 2022, this is when ChatGPT was released, so obviously big acceleration. You could do text, you could do code, you could do images, and you could start doing 3D. We're in 2024, so we're past 2023. Text works perfectly. I hope everyone uses ChatGPT or other LLMs for their task. You can code. So for example, we have a team of 22 developers. All of them are using code on a daily basis, so they don't spend time on time-consuming coding. Images, it starts to get there, right? So it's not perfect yet, and 3D is just in the beginning. What we see is 2025, you're going to be able to have perfect text generated with AI. You're going to be able to have text to product code in like a click, a blink. You're going to have perfect images, and 3D is going to get there. So my point is it's already happened, basically. It's past us. So it's not about are you going to use these technologies or should you use these technologies, is you must use them. It's there, and it's going to be accelerating. So if you're a marketer in 2024 and you don't use AI for your content, for generating your copy, you're falling behind, basically, because other marketers are doing it. That's how we came up with Omi. So we have a booth. We are on M70. If you want to check it out, we can do demos, live demos. Omi is a mix of 3D and AI. So you can turn your products into 3D models, and then the AI tech is going to generate backgrounds. You can add accents. You can change the angles. You can do lighting effects. It is pretty cool because it's like a virtual photo studio where you can shoot all your products. That's it for the short, advertising about us, but we use by over 1,000 customers. They use it for e-commerce, for CRM, for social, for print, for retail. So some of our customers, I think I have some logos on the next slide, they've been moving from photo shoots towards 3D AI 100%. So you can do it for cosmetics, you can do it for beauty, you can do it for beverages, wine, spirits. If you sell small products, it's already working. And as marketers, I mentioned the pains that you may have. So again, it takes a lot of time to create content. It is expensive. It's difficult to get the results that you want. So we've put together this little graph where we can compare what you can do with us, but with also other technologies compared to traditional photo shoots. So the first thing is that AI is instant. So you used to take 2 or 3 weeks to get your visuals. You can get them in minutes. So it means that if you're late for Black Friday, if you're late for Thanksgiving, if you're late for New Year's Eve campaigns, Valentine's, you can create them, you know, literally the day before you launch your campaign. So no more, I don't have time to create my content. It's only going to take a few minutes. The cost, obviously, so photographers, they're not happy when we say that, but it's just true. You can divide, you can really kill your photo shoot budget by a lot. So on average in Europe, it is much more expensive, I have to say, in the UK, even worse in the US, but on average it's 50 euros per photo. You can break that down to €1 per photo. So it means that you can really scale your production capacity when it comes to creating product visuals. Ratios are a massive pain, so you need to have dedicated content for an Instagram story, and it's not going to be the same content that you publish for your banner, it's not going to be the same content that you use for your CRM, for your stores, for, I mean, all your channels. Again, with these technologies, in one click, you can resize all your content and really distribute the content all over. Probably the most interesting thing is feedbacks. So if you're a product marketer or a SaaS marketer, a software marketer, you are going to be losing so much time doing feedbacks to your agency or to your photographers, because there is an intermediary between you and the result that you want to obtain, right? You need to brief someone, and then they need to produce, they need to send it to you, and you're going to be like, that's interesting, that's good, it's not good enough. So you're going to lose lots of time. With these technologies, so obviously everyone knows text to image. This is when you prompt and you get an image. But now you have preset to image, you have image to image, you have image to 3D, so you can have as many flexible inputs as you'd like. Just giving you an example. Last Christmas, you had a full campaign, your website was updated, you had your CRM, you had your social media, your ads. You can input that in these tools, and they're going to be creating variants, declinations of your campaigns automatically. It means that you don't need to rebrief about what's your brand, what's your tone, what are your guidelines. You can just input what you already have and just generate new and updated, again, copy, assets, whatever you want to create. The prerequisite for all of this, obviously, is that you need to have a properly structured data set. So you can work with us, you can work with many partners, but the one thing that you need to have is proper data. So again, with my example, if you want to input your 2023 campaign to create content for 2024, you need to have a properly structured campaign. So it needs to have its metadata, it needs to be properly tagged. Flexibility with photographer, you're going to get one photo, it's going to be there, and that's it, that's your photo. You don't like it, you need to reshoot, so obviously you're losing more time, more budget. With AI or with us, you can, in one click, have millions of possibilities and do retakes, so you don't need to be rebriefing, reproducing, doing feedbacks, and waiting to get the final asset. So I showed you the evolution, the inflection point about the quality, and that's where we have a higher value compared to the rest of the tools that's on the market. If you do a photograph, the quality is not always going to be there. It's going to be random. So if you have a good photographer, you're going to have great quality, but if you change your photographer, you might have a bad quality. With these tools, you can have perfect quality, and if you use 3D AI, which is not, again, 2D AI, it's different. I will show you some examples. You get the perfect quality always, basically. And then the rights of use, that's just a point to think about when it comes to your business. You may be spending, your teams, your marketing teams, they may be spending quite a lot of money into making sure you have the right rights of use for your content. So let's say you did a photo shoot for Instagram, and you want to reuse these assets for retail, so you want to print them in your stores, or you want a flyer, or you want to do print, whatever. You might have to rebuy again some rights of use. With this tech, it's included, it's unlimited right of use, so you can do whatever you want with them. And I just want to show you a quick example of the way it looks like. So this is our tech, so it's superior in quality compared to what you can have with, again, 2D AI. This is what you get. So in just a few clicks, you prompt, you're going to get perfectly accurate renders. The shadows are going to be right. The lighting is going to be right. The positioning of the product is going to be right. And if you want to shoot your product in a bathroom, or you want to send it to New York in a loft, if you want to shoot it in Paris, please shoot it in Paris. You don't need to actually do a physical production. You have no limits to what you can achieve. And again, these are pretty serious brands. So many of them are French brands. You may know some of them that operate in the UK. The level of expectation from these customers is very high. And my point is that you can be on brand. So your brand is unique. You don't want to look like your competitor. You don't want to look like another brand. With these techniques, these technologies, you can really get to the same level of quality and have a perfectly on-brand environment. And so, for example, this was a campaign that they did for their CRM. And again, the other thing is, if you sell products, so it's specific to products. If you sell software, it's a bit different. But if you sell products, one of the key challenges you're going to have is to shoot the content for your product bundles, right? So you're doing bundles all the time. You're selling product 1 with product 2, but then you're selling product 2 with product 4 with product 5, 5 with 1. If you need to shoot all of that, if you have, let's say, 20 SKUs, it's a mess, right? So you're going to spend too much money, too much time. Again, with this tech, with us, but with other technologies, just a few clicks, and you can create bundles in minutes. So all the examples you just saw, none of it is a photo, none of it is real. It is all generated. So there was no photo shoot, there was no real production. Everything happens from a computer-generated image. So I mentioned that, but just to recap on why you should move towards these tools. Again, us or other tools, but first you're going to kill your photo shoot budget. We live in a time where it is challenging when it comes to revenue, when it comes to budget. You need to do more with less. You can do that with us. The quality is going to be perfect. It is very simple to use, so it depends on the tool. If you want to do mid-journey, for example, everyone knows, I think, mid-journey. It's going to be very technical before you get to your end results, but now you have an application layer, just like us, but again, other tools do that too, where it's very easy to use it. In our case, we like to say it's the Canva of 3D. A few clicks, drag and drop, presets, and you have a perfect photo. I will talk about performance in a minute, because the other big opportunity that you have is that these visuals sell more because they're more performing, because they're more contextualized to your target or to seasonality. And it's a one-stop shop. You can do everything. So I did not mention, but with us you can do photos, you can do videos, so you can do all your needs all in once. Yeah, I mentioned that. So again, you don't need to be technical when it comes to us. That's one thing I want also everyone to take as a takeaway from today. These tools can serve many teams. So maybe I have CEOs in the audience, maybe I have brand content people, maybe I have marketing directors. Today you may have lots of small services or different partners to serve different needs. And I think in 2024, but starting now and forever going on, you will want to have one tool, one solution that matches as many use cases as possible. You don't want to have 10 problems, 10 tools. You want to have one tool, 10 problems solved, right? So it's getting there. Again, these are one-stop shops. So in our case, we used a lot by e-commerce players, e-commerce teams, social media teams, acquisition teams, branding teams, retail teams, CRM teams. So all your teams that need to create content to sell more, to perform better, you can have them in one tool, and you can really operate your entire workflows all in one place. So I think this is the biggest opportunity, both from a cost point of view, but also in terms of performance, in terms of effectiveness. Mentioned that these are tools in our case, but also other tools, e-commerce, social, CRM, paid ads, one-stop shop, and then you can power all your channels from one tool. Just wanted to look, to wrap up at a few use cases from our customers. So you might not know this one because it's very French focused, and I see the slide is in French, but these guys, so the first metrics is they're able to produce 2 to 3 new ads creative per week, masters, and then they can create variants. So that's a lot, right? Ads creative, in most of the cases, if you do 2 or 3 new per quarter, it's a good result. They're able to do that per week. And it takes them only 2 to 3 days to get their final output. So they iterate, they try stuff, and then they render their photos. It's moving they're moving really fast. So I guess, yeah, volume and time effectiveness is key. And this one probably, you know it. It's also a big French company, one of our users. So they use our tool, and they were able, for this campaign, it was a product launch. They were able to activate 13 markets, so it's a lot of markets all at once. It's a big challenge when you have lots of markets, you sell internationally, it's difficult to activate all of them. The campaign ran for 8 weeks, which is also a lot, and they were able to iterate live based on the data, because that's the other thing. If you do a photo shoot, let's say you shoot, simple example, you shoot your product on a black background and you shoot it on a pink background. The one on pink background is performing better. How do you do if you want to iterate on pink? You need to go back to photo shooting, right? If you use AI, if you use 3D, it's going to be really fast for you to iterate and create variants for the pink backgrounds campaign. And they were able to do 2x more video assets and activate as much as 5 channels, so CRM, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube ads, and their website. So again, volume at scale while maintaining the quality, because if you look at their campaign, they did that on their own, on our service, on our app, and none of them were were technical people. They had a creative director that came up with the concept, but none of the customers team was technical. And then, because on the booth, we've added this one, because on the booth, we've had so many people come up to talk about ads performance. And again, it's a topic I was looking after for Meta in Europe for a while. the performance is just so much higher when you use these tools. And it's two reasons. First, it looks good. So there is, a prime for beauty. If it looks good, it's going to attract and grab attention a lot more than if it doesn't look good. And also, as we said, you can A/B test a lot faster, right? So you're not stuck with your ads creatives. You can change them. You can iterate as you go. And also, how fast this is. Like 5 minutes to get a pack shot is unbeatable. And again, they use this, but you can use so many other tools. I want to do a quick, shout out to other French companies because we're very good for beauty and cosmetics. If you're in the fashion industry, you should check out Vuitton. So it spells VEETON.co. So these guys, they do the same for fashion. So if you sell T-shirts, shirts, trousers, jackets, whatever, you can do the same thing for fashion. And then if you have no budget and if you sell any other types of product that we don't cover, you should use Photoroom, which is also a French app that helps you based on a photo to create a lot of variants and a lot of content. So that's it. I want to keep it short because I'm between you and your lunch. If you have questions, I'm happy to take them. But my point is, it's happened already. It's available. It's been democratized. You can use this tech this afternoon if you want to use them this afternoon. It's going to bring you higher flexibility, higher performance. It's going to lower your cost. And your brand is just going to be able to be expressed in a much more powerful manner. So again, we're on booth M70. If you want to check us out, we'll be happy to do a full demo. If questions, no questions? Questions? No? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.